Come on, you guys, let's go. First leg is secured, 2-0 win over Lille at home. And listen, I might be tempting fate to some of you guys watching me right now, but I'm going to confidently say this, yeah? We have booked our place in this year's quarterfinals. Why? I can't see Lille causing any upset of any kind at all to turn things around in the second leg. The man of our performance today, the fact that we could have scored more goals as per, I can't see Lille doing anything to get back. And after tonight's game, you guys, I am definitely a very, very happy man. In today's match review, I'm going to discuss some standout performances from Thiago Silva. My God, what a legend this guy is. I'll be talking about Kai Havertz. I'll be talking about Christian Pulisic, inverted wingers, why Tuchel use a wing-back system as well too, plus much more. Hope you guys definitely enjoy. Smash that like button if you guys are happy with the performance, and if you guys think we have booked our place in this year's quarterfinals. And to start with things, I think we have to start with the lineup. Now, of course, you know, the headline that's going to completely dominate the game tonight, and I'm hoping it doesn't, but we know how things work, is the fact that Lukaku was kicked out of the team tonight with Havertz replacing him. Now, we know in the last game, Lukaku only got 7 touches of the ball. Is this an example maybe that Lukaku and Tuchel having some indifferences again? You know, that's just pure speculation on my part. I'm not saying anything, and it probably isn't the case at all. But I'd imagine that with Havertz's performance tonight, I'm sure that Tuchel is telling Lukaku, listen, you know, I understand that things are quite hard. You know, of course, we need to find that balance between the system helping you, but at the same time, you have to adapt to our system and our needs as well. 7 touches in the game isn't good enough. And, you know, with Havertz playing tonight, he's going to get a lot more than that. And I think in the first 20 minutes, he had more than 7 touches throughout. Now, you know, let's keep things contextual and let's keep things fair. Yeah, you guys know what I'm about. You know, I'm not here to be creating any like divides between Havertz's, Lukaku's. I've been saying I want to see these guys playing up front together. Naturally, if players aren't playing well, underperforming, then you're out the team. And that's why clubs like us have squads of this size. So I've got nothing wrong with Havertz playing over Lukaku tonight. But let's get some things right as well too. You know, is this proof that Lukaku's movement is worse compared to Havertz's? You know, absolutely not. You know, credit to Lille for coming out to play a game of football against us. You know, they were keeping nice possession of the ball, not really causing us too much danger. However, they made the game open. And in games like this, you don't want to leave the game open for a team like us because we're going to exploit you on the counter-attack. Once we lead, we're playing counter-attacking football. I'm going to get you and punish your mistakes. And that's exactly how this game panned out tonight. So, you know, if Lukaku was playing, I'd imagine he's having fun with this type of space as well. Just like how all the forwards tonight did have a lot of fun. And you're going to have even more fun when you have players like Pulisic and Ziyech playing in their best positions down either flank. You know, playing to their stronger foot. It's no surprise that Ziyech got an assist in the game tonight. It's no surprise that Christian Pulisic balled out again tonight. Got the second goal for us. We know that in Champions League football, this guy does stand out as well too. And seeing him cook down the left-hand side, I've been wanting to see this for such a long time. I'm always talking about the value of using players in their best positions, playing to their best instincts, their best traits. Pulisic cutting inside with that golden, crispy first touch. You know, that low center of gravity when he's just attracting fouls for fun, and he's just, you know, swimming through players, just like darting past them with such finesse. Of course, the manner in which this guy took the second goal, which ultimately just killed the game and sealed the tie for me. You know, this is what we know Pulisic does, man. Those breakaways, he gets on the end of these moves. We saw him do it time and time again under Frank Lampard. You know, when you have instincts like this, offensive instincks that get goals as well too, you know, it doesn't help the development. Me personally, when you're being played as like a wing back, or when you're being played on the right hand side, or as a camera as a false 9, there's a reason why players feel comfortable playing in their best positions. And you know, those percentages of improvements you get in the team and in our game, you literally can't calculate it. So let's hope that maybe, you know, Tuchel obviously understanding that he has to find some more tweaks in the team to get the best out of our attack. Let's hope that we are going to see more players playing in their best positions, because it does make a big difference. But I think moving on now, we could talk about one of the men of the moment in tonight's game, and that's actually Thiago Silva, because my God, I mean, of course this was incredibly easy for him, but when you get to see players or people at the top of their profession have like literally mastered the art and craft of the profession that they've chosen. You know, you just see special things. And Thiago Silva, one of the legends of this decade, one of the best defenders of his generation as well too. The way he just plays the game, that composure, honestly, it's just crazy to me at times. He absolutely schooled Jonathan David tonight with so much intelligence, from, you know, closing down and intercepting passes before David receives it, to just knowing how to use his body to just shift them off balance, and, you know, knowing how to steer him away in less dangerous directions as well too, away from the goal. And of course, just his reading of the game overall, you know, from times you're getting closed down, this guy's playing this quick first time inverted passes away, breaking the lines, starting attack. It's the fact that he's constantly scanning and closing off dangerous angles and holes, and this is why he's always there when it comes to making those last-ditch interceptions. Today he did everything perfectly. I don't think he made any mistake. I don't think he lost any duel from me watching the game and based on my memory right now. What a masterclass tonight from him, and for me, yeah, one of the best signings we've made in years. But of course, you know, I'm gonna leave one of the other guys till last, and that is Kai Havertz, because wow, you know, Havertz playing in a position where, again, he is able to demonstrate and really show what he can do. I feel like recently Havertz has been wasted, you know, being an attacking guy that has to create space for others, that has to drift to the left-hand side, that has to work very hard for the team as well too. We're not seeing the overall dimensions of Havertz's game. You know, Havertz is a player that knows how to time his late arrivals inside the box. He's a player that when he's down that right-hand side, you know, cutting into his stronger left foot, you can see his dribbling skills. On show, you can see his weight of pass as well too, and he's actually drifting deeper as well to get on the ball. And of course, just the movement inside the box and the finishing, man. Like, for me, it's one of those interesting ones where it's like, you know, was Lukaku needed in the sense where it's like, if you fully backed Havertz and, you know, made him the forward you needed, you're probably set for the next 10 years. But I mean, ideally, I still want to see these guys playing together. Let's hope we do see that at some point. But Havertz today, great game from the danger. Yeah, there was one opportunity in the first start of the game, like first 3 minutes of the game. Aspie different cross. Havertz gets in the end of it, but can't really direct it on goal. After that, he gets on the end of a counter attack. Nice low different shot to the bottom corner. Very well saved by Lille's goalkeeper. And we've seen the hunger and tenacity this guy was playing. You just knew that he was set to get a goal in the game tonight, which obviously he did. Great corner from Hakim Ziyech, and Havertz showing that desire, determination and dedication to just, you know, create open inside the box that weren't there. You know, blasted his header downwards, which bounced into the goal. And just throughout the entire game in the second half too, like a nice breakaway run down the left hand side. For me, it was his movement, and he was constantly just dragging those Lille defenders. Like, he was constantly making this run here, which is like a diagonal run in between Lille's fullback and their centre back, making that run non-stop, and it was just literally dragging Lille defenders away, freeing up space out wide for your Aspilicuetas. And I think ultimately, just to talk tactics a little bit now, because you guys know that I'm a nerd for that type of stuff. You know, the wing-back system today was key in helping beat Lille. The amount of times we have players receiving in the half spaces, just dragging those Lille defenders away, shifting their blocks very well. We were able to constantly find our wing backs as outlets for switch balls, left, right, and centre. And you know, the movement of Kai just dragging defenders in field, the inverted wingers, you know, cutting inside as well too, pushing the fullbacks in field, freeing up spaces out wide for the wing backs. There's no surprise why we had an X-Man out wide time and time again. And you know, ultimately, you know, Lille couldn't do enough really to close us down. What they needed to do was have their wingers play a very intense game of football, tracking our wing backs and forcing them to play backwards, which they didn't do quite a lot of times, which made our lives a bit easier, and which is why the game had so much space. Regardless, though, we took advantage in a spectacular fashion. Would have been nice to have got a few more goals. You know, Havertz always has opportunities, and I guess the next thing in his game now is to become a bit more clinical with some of the chances he does get on the end of, which is probably the same thing for most of our players. And I guess that's a beautiful thing. We forget a lot of these guys are still like 21, 22, 23. We haven't even seen them close to their prime just yet. They still have like another 2 to 3 years between all of them to get to that level where we can really assess and see how much they've learned and how much these guys have improved as players as well too. You know, this game wasn't all just you know, songs and dances though. Of course, we had to get injuries in this game. both to cover and Hakim Ziyech, which was very frustrating. Let's hope that these are going to be minor knocks. These are like precautionary substitutions, praying that we're going to have both these guys for the final against Liverpool. You know, can't afford not to have them at all. Loftus-Cheek came on to replace Cover. I thought he looked good. I find it quite peculiar sometimes. It does feel like Ruben does become very underrated, and we know that confirmation bias is just like rampant in football as it is. Once one person says a negative comment, everyone kind of just jumps on it. But like, I feel the guy deserves a bit of credit. The fact that he's really a box-to-box guy, but he can play down the flanks, he can play as a cam, and then we're seeing this guy giving his best playmaking impersonation too, playing in the pivot. In a two, he's a very versatile midfield player that can play many roles to a very good level. Let's hope he can remain injury free now, and let's see what he can do as the season does go on. And of course, Ziyech being replaced by Saul. Naturally the game is about just soaking up pressure from Lille, getting them on the counter attack. I mean, that second half, the amount of breaks that N'Golo Kante was constantly leading time and time again. It's no surprise that's how we got the second goal from Christian Pulisic, and for me that was the right approach to take things forwards. Looking at some of the teams in Europe now, I still feel like there's not one real candidate that's just like the clear favourite. I feel like it's still quite open in regards to all the clubs challenging to win this thing. And I don't know, like, am I being too crazy to believe that we can also get to the final again this year? Of course, it depends on who we draw in the later rounds, but I just don't have any fear for other teams, if you know what I mean. I remember like back in the day when you had like your Barca's and other clubs, you're thinking, I don't want to join against this club, that club, that club. Right now, I'm kind of like, bring it on. Bring it on. Like, we've beaten all the big clubs before already. I don't really feel scared of them whatsoever, and let's hope that tonight's performance against Lille is just a sign of more things to come, and let's hope we can go all the way again, you guys. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.